Angel, you ready to watch some photos? You ready to break down some crime? Huh? I don't know if you're ready, gang. Look at that buff ass arm though.
So, if you've been following my coverage on the whole Wade Wilson situation, you'll know that I've said from day one the guy is a parasite. He's never done anything for society, never got a job, never even had a phone, bro. And he always talks about his friends being, quote unquote, good guys. If we go into the past of the coverage of Wade Wilson, he's always on the phone like, oh yeah, I knew him. He was on The Greatest Catch. And oh yeah, we were getting money together over there. Good guy, good, solid guy. Listen, that's him saying that he was a piece of shit, probably just doing drugs with them, who came, when you have drug friends and they just come over when the drugs are around? Bro, I guarantee you he was doing drugs, passing out and ODing on people's couches and getting kicked out 2 days later. That was the cycle of life for Wade Wilson, I believe, from like age 18 to 25 before he got arrested. You know what I'm saying? I promise you. But there is one crowning achievement that Wade Wilson actually has. And who knew? It just took getting arrested and going to jail to really find out that you had it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go through an incident report. Shout out Melissa Jade. Big shout out to her because holy shit, this stuff is interesting. We're covering an incident report in jail to where he has this elaborate tattoo machine. I'm talking straws and nozzles and rubber bands and fucking water bottles and all the stuff. All the stuff. It went crazy. Who knew that the man was an engineer? You know what I'm saying? Who knew, right? He really can express his talents. Because if you remember, when he first went into jail, the face was clean. Just baby face. He had all the bullshit. I still think all his tattoos are ass, to be honest. But even my worst tattoo is probably better than his tattoos. But anyway, not to get into that. The man really did, he went hard. He went hard. He went in babyface, and now today he looks the way he looks. And these are the pictures exposing the entire thing, because Wade Wilson has to get caught doing everything he does. Everything illegal he does, even behind bars, bro. He can't do anything secretive to save his fucking life. But anyway, let's go ahead and check this thing out. So we get straight into the incident report over here. It says Wilson Wade Stephen, or Wade Stephen Wilson. The time was 10/07/2020, obviously, because that's when all the face tattoos started to pop up. It reads, on October 7th, 2020, I was assigned as the 3 East deputy at the main jail. At approximately 11:30 hours, I was informed by my supervisor that inmate Wilson Wade 349819 needs to be written a disciplinary report for tattooing, self-mutilation per administration. It is clear when looking at the booking picture of Wilson when he first came into custody and comparing it to the picture of him now. He has given himself or received multiple face tattoos. The before and after pictures are attached. Now, let's just stop there. I mean, guys get tattooed in jail all the time. All the time. And guess what? It's against the rules. Nobody is supposed to be getting a tattoo, right? But, a lot of people have tattoos already. And if you just, you keep tattooing your body in jail, you're probably not going to get caught. They're probably not going to care. This guy decides to go and tattoo his face, the most obvious place where you can see something change. I don't get it. Why even do that? But anyways, this was his face when he first came in. Now, I was actually surprised. I thought he had some face tattoos. I think he may still have like certain things on the side of his head. I'm not too sure. But this was his face when he first came in, bruh. So trust me, when he got his hands on that tattoo machine, because I'm not sure if he really made it, I honestly would be kind of surprised if Wade Wilson made that. I know I had the intro and all that, but being real with you, bro, do you think he actually MacGyvered that himself? Maybe. But when he got his hands on that, he went crazy. Let's move on to how he looks afterwards. That's how he looks after. Now, this is going to be the first time that we see different angles of this same picture because this is all over the internet, right? This is the first time I'm seeing it because you see this patch of gray right here. I'm actually going to highlight it. That patch of gray. Remember, I made a joke about that? I said, hey, it looks like the state of Florida. It looks like an island drooping off of his face. Bro, that is a skull spirit. Yes, you heard me right. That's supposed to be misty spirit smoke, and on the side of it, it's a skull. It's like a skull spirit. I don't know how else how to describe it, but diabolical tattoo work, if I say the least. Let's move forward. Now, this is that side angle, right? It says out of sight on the side of his face, I believe. And then on the other side of his face, it's out of mind. I think he added that. Obviously, he added the disgusting stitch marks. The NMM, I think that's some type of race thing. And then if you look at the state of Florida on his forehead, at least I thought was the state of Florida, it's actually a skull smoky demon thing. Atrocious work, bro. I'm talking, don't get it. If this is the outcome, don't get it. I can't even take you seriously. You're not even scary to me now. You just look goofy. It's like you added your clown makeup. This is the other side of his face right here. It says out of sight, so the other side is out of mind. Some stupid shit. It's just all bad, bro. But I will say, for the machine that he was using, not too bad, because we're about to get into the machine. All right, now this is the first angle of his cell, and I think there's going to be a reoccurring theme in this whole Wade Wilson photo series. His room is always a mess. And at first I thought it's because the officers had ransacked it, but I paid attention to Melissa Jade. Apparently these are pictures before they really start going through stuff. So this is literally how your boy was living. Imagine having 100 square feet and 4 walls and you still can't keep your shit clean. That is outrageous to me. I thought most of these pictures were after the raid. Like we just tore everything up and we're just going to look through everything, almost like Shawshank when they came into the cell and just started tearing shit up. Apparently not. This is how he was living. You could make a bonfire in the corner of that cell right now. Shit. Now, obviously, the main star of the show are those 2 little items on the floor. It looks like an IV drip, a water bottle connected to some straws. And then we have what looks to be the head of a tattoo machine. Pretty much. It just looks like a jerry-rigged tattoo machine, to be real. And I've seen some YouTube videos. There's a lot of prison how-to videos. And a guy made a legit prison tattoo needle. And he was explaining how, you know, in the history of like black and gray and the history of fine line tattoos, I think originated in jail, and people started putting tattoo machines like that together outside of jail just to achieve a certain effect before tattooing got really popular. So I'll always say a prison tattoo doesn't have to be bad, but it was bad from Wade Wilson, you know? Now we move forward to his table and listen, it's a lot to unpack right here. Your boy has a shank wrapped up in a cloth. Now, I don't know who he was planning on shanking. I don't know if that was just the exit route, if things got too crazy for himself, you know, just in the game real quick. I don't know what that's for, because if you go onto the yard, I understand you have that on you. But why the fuck do you have that when you're literally in solitary confinement? It's like he's in the suites right now. Nobody can touch him. And he has this like glass. It's probably glass wrapped around like some plastic just in case he wanted to cut something. That's what it looks like. And he has like a big cloth connected. That's definitely some time added. And then he has a book on the table. I do find it interesting. The first thing I thought about when I saw this picture, the book was open on a page as if he was reading something. And it says Penny Jordan. Hit me up in the comments if you know what Penny Jordan is. Just the way the novel looks, it looks like some erotic shit, and that would be something Wade would be reading. But I just found that kind of funny. The book was open on the table as if the man was reading. I highly doubt the man can read, but maybe he can. Okay, so this is another zoomed up photo right here. You see it might be metal, bro. It's shining, so it might not be glass. He might have really found himself a thin piece of metal and sharpened it. And maybe he was using it as a utility knife. You know, maybe it wasn't a weapon per se, but it was a utility knife to be able to cut things off, you know, reconnect things. Maybe he just needed a work knife. So he has the knife and he has a piece of foil. Every time I see foil, you guys let me know. All you former prisoners and you prison folks that know a few things here. That's for drugs, right? He has the foil folded up. It looks like it's burnt. He's probably doing meth or something on it, right? That's like possibly something to consume drugs with. I'm not the avid meth smoker myself, so I wouldn't know. Just another picture, dirty ass cloth. And you know, just the overall theme of these pictures is just filth. You know what I mean? Just filth. Disgusting. Now, this, I believe, is the entire tattoo machine, right? And if you notice, there's like a whole bunch of dark stuff on it. That's not per se dirt. That's soot. Because when you're in jail, how do you get ink, right? You burn plastic. And I think somebody in the comments, I don't know how I didn't think about it, but it's so right. Remember remember we saw all the styrofoam on his table? You light the styrofoam on fire and you get something to just like catch the soot. So you light the styrofoam, and everybody who's lit styrofoam on fire, you know it creates crazy soot. Like it just lets soot off. It's like chunky pieces of soot that fly into the air, right? So you light it, you let the soot rise onto whatever your container is, and then you mix it. I think they mix it with they mix it with something.
When I got something like a clear ice bottle, you know what I'm saying? You need some good hard plastic, you know what I'm saying? I need half of an aluminum can, cardboard box, that's for sure, G. No, you need a motherfucking Skeleton Warrior lighter, player. Go ahead and light these motherfuckers up, you feel me? After it start burning, you gotta put some motherfucking cardboard and catch it smoking. Once the plastic's done, you pour it in here. Also add whatever you scrape up from the paper. Pour it in here. All right. You're gonna throw your little rock in there. Add some motherfucking drops of water in there. Put a little bit of shampoo that the OG advised you to use. Based on how much powder you got, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do way more razors than I showed you. You need to do about 30 razors. And you shake that motherfucker up for about like 2 days, G.
And the tattoos hold, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The tattoos hold, and nobody seems to have died from it. It's not the most clean way of getting a tattoo, but as long as you have a clean needle, you won't die. And if you have a good artist, you'll be good. You'll be looking badass in jail. But, you know, clearly Wade wasn't the best artist in the world. Now, this is a close-up. Inside the bottle, we see a pin cap. And if we look really close, right? If we look really close below the pin cap, it seems to be like a motor. I'm not sure if that's a motor, but I would assume so, because you need some sort of a motor, right? I guess you could poke yourself and get the same effect, but I think that's a motor right there. So we have a bottle, we have a pin cap to hold the needle, I'm assuming. We move forward, that's another angle. And if you look through the plastic again, that pin cap is connected to what I'm assuming is that motor. Okay? So that's your whole tattoo gun, essentially. Now, I'm sure Jumpsuit Pablo's going to check these pictures out and he'll break it down even further, but I'm pretty sure that's the head of the gun. Now we have another picture. We have these inky, dirty straws, and then we have this object in a piece of plastic. Now, I'm assuming this was the ink cap, per se, the ink cap, because if you look at the plastic, when the officer opened it or when the officer went to put it into evidence, there was like the ink and the soot got all over the sides of the plastic, which leads me to believe that even touching that thing that he put in there was causing him to put marks everywhere. Because it's typically, like I've seen the videos, it's typically just like a piece of plastic, cardboard, something, and they fold it up. And then you could just keep the ink or the soot like contained for when you want to use it again. So I don't know if that's his ink container or what that is, but that's what I'm assuming it is. Now, I think this is another picture of the base of the tattoo machine gun. And I mean, this stuff is crazy. Like, me personally, I don't know what the straws are really used for. Like the connected straws, I'm not even sure what that's being used for. If you guys know in the comments, drop it down below because I'm really curious to know. But that does look like the base of the machine where you would put the engine, right? You would connect it and you would put it all together and you would have one working unit. And that's where you hold on to it. So disgusting. I mean, hepatitis, call my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit. You know how much diseases you're probably passing around with that thing? How many guys got a tattoo with that machine? That's the question. You just gotta say a prayer to God and just go for it because this is insane. And imagine putting that thing to your face, brother. Look at the handle. The handle is literally plastic bags. I'm sorry, but I'll just never get tattoos if I have to do this shit. Fuck that. That shit's crazy. But anyways, that's the base of it. And I think the funniest thing out of this entire set of photos is that he has triple antibiotic. Like, bruh, cut the arm off. You know what I'm saying? If you get infected, that triple antibiotic, you could go ahead and wipe your ass with it. You know what I'm saying? You could literally go ahead and do that because that shit's not helping. He has one little packet of triple antibiotics. And he has that tragedy of a machine next to him. That thing has so much stuff on it, bro. Yeah, I don't know if the triple antibiotic is going to cut it. He has a nail clipper, some twine. And I think this is all contraband. He's not supposed to have any of this shit. Right here, it seems to me like they found his needle. That needle is twisted in a motherfucker. There's a thing, right? When you're getting a tattoo, if the tattoo artist accidentally like dips too far in the ink cap and the needle hits the bottom of the ink cap, it'll very slightly, microscopically bend the needle a little bit, right? Obviously. And then when they pull lines on your skin, it'll just destroy your skin. You know, I've heard horror stories like that. You know, they touch the bottom of the ink cap by accident. They don't do anything about it and they just tattoo you. People heal horribly. It tears up their skin. Just imagine how that treated Wade Wilson's skin. Holy shit. That needle looks scary, bro. And that's because, you know, professional tattoo artists, they hit the bottom of the cap or something. It's a bad heal. This looks like it has 14 different curves in it. I don't know how he didn't get infected, but hey, he did it. He pulled it off. Right here, this is another close-up of the knife. And I'm not going to lie, bro, that is a sharp-looking ass knife. If I didn't know any better, I would say he bought that from IKEA and just wrapped it in some gauze or something. That knife is looking pretty sharp right there. But again, it was probably just his utility knife because he had straws, he had Band-Aids, he had bottles, he had pin caps. He probably needed to cut something at some point. And that's one more picture of the knife. The scariest thing of this entire situation to me is that needle, though. One, the needle could be dirty. Two, the needle is not straight, so you're tearing your skin up. But, you know, when you're looking at life in jail or possibly death behind bars, who really gives a fuck about a bad face tattoo? You know, just rock with it. Who cares? Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Wild work, folks. Wild, crazy shit. But anyways, man, I love you guys. We got some more photos to break down. I just wanted to bring to you the tattoo pictures because they were crazy. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all for coming out. These were just the tattoo machine pictures, but we have even more. Apparently, when he moves cells, he's always breaking the rules. So they're finding new things every cell he moves to. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see y'all later. Stay inside, stay safe. I love y'all. I'm out.